No excuses and no blame. I'm stepping up my game. I'm a groove student, yes I am. With Groove, I know I can. Read my master plan. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. Oh, I'm grooving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. I'm moving. I'm moving, yes I am. Groove Nation inspires me. The most loose and free. I'm dancing through my dreams. Bursting at the seams. I'm feeling groove-alicious. Groove knows who I am. 'Cause now is my time to have a groove state of mind. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving, yes I am.
And we are live. Groove Nation inspires me. Great to see everybody here. Let's talk about what we have going on for you today, tomorrow, next Thursday, and next Friday. We are doing 2 back-to-back live streams, 2 weeks in a row. And today we're going to be focusing on some massive updates that we've had for Groove.ai. So I'm going to go through each one of those, show you what's new, also let you know what you can be expecting soon. And that's going to wrap up today. This will likely last between 90 minutes to 2 hours. The real big day is tomorrow. So even though today was scheduled for 2 hours and tomorrow is scheduled for 2 hours, today may go an hour, hour and 15 minutes, 90 minutes, 2 hours. We know I can talk a lot, so we'll see. But there isn't a lot past the updates because I wanted to break it up into 2 parts. Tomorrow, we're going to be going over something called the 29 new apps that we put into Groove.ai that are currently working as ChatGPT assistants. Soon, those are going to be deprecated to work natively with Groove.ai. Tomorrow's a big day. Expect a 3-hour day tomorrow because we're also going to be teaching you how we built those things. But again, today is focusing on the updates. Now, next week, next Thursday and next Friday, will go as follows. It's for the white label people or those that want to have a white label of Groove. The white label of Groove will be coming out in January. We're going to be talking about all that next week. But next Thursday, what you can expect are the terms and conditions of a Groove.ai white label. What features you will have when it launches, what's going to be coming soon, what you can sell it for, the fact that we are no longer going to be splitting the profits with you. Originally, white label owners were going to be able to sell it. We were going to process the money and pay them 50%, very similar to every white label that's ever been out there before, like Aweber and things like that. But this new white label allows you to keep 100% of the profits. So that is a new announcement. We'll talk more about that next week. We're going to also let you know, as I said, the pricing, what features you will sell it at for people that pay $99 a month. There'll be no $199 a month, and there'll be a $299 a month Pro or Enterprise. We'll give you the names for those. More importantly, it's the price and what you'll be serving. We're going to talk about any costs that there are to white label owners. I believe that it will be somewhere in the neighborhood of, you'll always be in like an 8 to 25x profit, any cost that you have, to run the API. So for instance, a $99 customer can cost you a maximum of $5. And a $299 customer will cost you a maximum of $25 because the API needs to be run. And you'll be getting 100% of the profit, so you'll take care of that. All of that will be discussed next week. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. Then that's Thursday. On Friday, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the technology that you will use to set up your white labels. We'll be talking about the different websites that we've had designed for you, how support is going to be done. We're going to talk about how the you'll set the products up with not only Groove pages, with GrooveCell, how they'll connect to create the account, how you'll handle support, how we're going to assist you in those different things in terms of making generic videos, generic onboarding videos. All of those things will be discussed 1 week from tomorrow, next Friday. So just a quick recap. Today's the updates. Tomorrow is the 29 different apps that we've created for Groove.ai members exclusively. After that, next Thursday is terms and conditions. And then we get into the technology on how you're going to build your brand websites. We'll be announcing the dates when the white label will be available to you in January. The first week of January, there's going to be some training. Then the entire team goes on the Marketers Cruise from the 6th through the 14th. I believe that's the dates. And then when we come back from from the Marketers Cruise, then we are going to go into rollout week. So that's everything. So I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of questions. We're going to stay on track today, and we are going to focus just on Groove.ai. New updates and features, and I'm sure you have a ton of questions about the white label, but that will be all answered next week. All right. I'm seeing everybody in here. Looks nice. Pierre Noel. Pierre, I believe you hit me up in Skype. I haven't had a chance to get up to date on everybody in Skype. I do have about 30 unread Skype messages that I've got to get to, but everybody just says they're excited to hear the new updates. I see Amanda Van der Gulik. I always put an R in there. Amanda Van der Gulik. Amanda, I may reach out to you tomorrow. We are giving, we have 29 GPTs. I wanted to talk to you about having your GPT that you and I work on tomorrow, and that's why we're going to go into 3 hours. It'll take me 2 hours to go over everything. And what I'd like to do is create one more GPT for your stuff that you do with YouTube. Maybe you've already done that. You'll let me know. You could hit me up in Skype. Or maybe Amanda will say, hey, no, that's proprietary. I was planning on making one and I want to sell it. You can't do that. But her and I are going to talk. But I did want to have her on. I've been promising her that she would be on one of the trainings. We've been doing a lot of updates, and there's been no place for trainings in the updates. So that's why we broke them up. Today is updates. Tomorrow is training and demo. So let's share my screen. Let's click the present button, click share screen. Let's share my entire screen. Before I do that, let me just make sure that I've got a clean background. Yeah, we don't need all this showing. We don't need that. Definitely don't need that. Don't need this. Bear with me just a second, folks. I'm just cleaning up. My computer did a restart, and we've got a lot of stuff that's on my screen. All right, so we're going to share this part of my screen here, and we'll put that right there and see if that comes in. All right, so let's. Now, just as you know, I always like to remind you guys, if you wonder why I'm always looking over here, I moved the StreamYard over to my second monitor. That's where I see Donna in the lobby. That's where I see the chat. So when you see me looking over here like that, that's when I'm paying attention to what you guys are saying and any communication I'm getting from my team. So now that my screen is being shared, we're going to bring over the Groove.ai. Let's just move this here. And let's get this perfectly centered. I want to make sure in my settings here that we're set up at the right view for you guys. Okay, yeah, that should be pretty good, that view there. Let's make sure we're at perfect 100, so nothing breaks. And let's jump on in. Use account password, there we go. All right. So we've got some new things for you here in Groove.ai. Some of them I want to jump out to right away. Let's just do that. Let me open up the Trello cards as well. But let me just show you one new excitement here that's just pretty big. Right here, we have apps. Donna, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you knew this was in there. You saw this. All right. They probably have been talking about it in the Facebook group. And we're going to talk about what these are and how they're going to be changing when they come into Groove.ai. But basically, I was able to write about 30 different apps here for you that currently work in ChatGPT. I'm not sharing these links with anyone. You will have them when you click on here. You will see that, they're going to open up here just like that. But these links are just for you folks in Groove.ai. Now, some of you may see them and watch the URLs and type them in. Just know that, we are in the process of moving them over natively to work inside of Groove.ai. The first thing I had to do is I had to build them with ChatGPT, test them, make sure they're good. Now my team is working on getting them here, which means these are all going to be deleted, these apps soon. They'll no longer work with ChatGPT, and when you click on them, they will work natively in Groove.ai. But we're going to go over all of these tomorrow. These are some pretty spectacular things. You're going to be really, really impressed with what we've done for you. This is, again, exclusive for Groove.ai members. This is something I want to let all of you know as well. Our Black Friday sale has been extended. It goes for the next 2 weeks. It's called a holiday sale. As you can see, when you go here, we are running this until December 31st. Now, I'm making a fair warning to everyone. And this is something that there's nothing we can do for you at our help desk, nothing, period, the end. When we get rid of the lifetime on December 31st, January 1st, we are rolling out into the white label, meaning that the white label owners are now going to be competing on an equal and even playing field along with us. Just like High Level continues to promote High Level, they have 60,000 customers paying them, but they also have a white label with tens of thousands of people paying other people where they get 100% of the profits. What we're going to do in that sense is shut down the lifetime, obviously. And even if somebody were to come to the help desk on January 1st with their baby in hand and say, please, we're going to say, hey, no, we're sorry. We now have a contractual agreement now with our white label customers. There's no way that if they're trying to sell something for $99 a month or $199 a month, that we can sell it for lifetime. So these platforms, both Groove.ai and when the WLO, we're going to call them, the white label owners are selling them, will sell for $199 and $299 a month. This price right here that you can get Groove.ai right here for $697. This is supposed to say normally $297. Oh no, that's normally $897. Yeah, that was the lifetime, $897. Right now, we're doing a holiday sale for $697. I was talking with some partners, Bob and Pamela. I go on their AI summits every 4 months. They have me scheduled to speak at the end of January, and they were so excited. They're like, Mike, we have our affiliate link. We made a landing page. I said, I have bad news. And they're like, what? I said, we cannot sell Groove.ai, not that offer anymore. I'm sorry. We can sell it at $299 a month. And they were like, well, $299 a month is a lot different than $897. I said, yeah, well, it was a Kickstarter program that's coming to an end. And I said to them, but you can get your own white label and keep all the profits. And they said, oh, maybe we'll do that. So if you're seeing Groove.ai, I think we're making this a public live stream and you don't have it, you can go to Groove.ai.com. Groove.ai.com. I just did that. You could go to Groove.ai and click right here, check out the holiday deal, and you could see the holiday deals. Fair warning, that is a hard lifetime ending on December 31st. Now, Groove.cm is also getting rid of the lifetime. Will that be on January 1st? No, it could be when we get back from the cruise, but we are 100% moving away from Groove.cm lifetime. It's done. We're going away completely with the free model. There will be no more free. We are going to a dollar trial for 14 days or a dollar trial for 30 days, one of those different things, or a free trial with credit card is actually what we're doing. And we're going out with two plans, $99 and $299 a month. More announcements coming for that for Groove.cm. We're going to talk about the current free users, all those different things. That's beyond the scope today. But I just wanted to mention that if somebody's looking at Groove.ai and they say, hey, this looks pretty cool, maybe I'll get it. Yeah, you'll be paying $2.99 a month if you didn't back the project. So moving on to, let's see here. We've added a help center here for you. We now have, and by the way, we have a new tutorial that I gave to Artie. That didn't make it into here yet. So I'm going to try to have that pushed for tomorrow. We have a new onboarding tutorial that goes here. The feedback portal, reporting your bugs. I think we went over this last time, but you have some more help in here for you as well. Okay, next, let's go in and see here. And we're just going to go down these Trello cards. That's going to make it easier. So today, we're going to go through this. We have all of these updates to go over. And then we have all of these updates to go over. All right. So you can see there's about 30 updates that we're going to be going over. Okay. So it's really tough for me to see all these new things and not say, oh, we've added this, but I'm just going to do it in order. And I will literally say in no particular order. There's going to be some exciting things that will just pop up and some mundane things that pump up. So the need new prompt longer for small and medium. So this is the prompt that that we're actually giving. Artie and I worked with GPT, and we kept saying, make this 500 words, make this 1,000 words, make this 2,500 words. We were just trying prompts that would say, make it very long, extremely long as you can. And what was happening is the default would be 500 words. Anything that we did to make it medium was going to 550 words. And anything that we did to make it the longest you could would be about 610 words. They were all the same. We couldn't get it to distinguish between short, medium, and long. So what we did realize is that regular copy is normally about 8 to 9 paragraphs. It can count paragraphs. It can't count words and characters. It just can't currently. So now we tell it to, if we say short, that's the default. We don't send in any instructions. Medium, we tell it to make it 15 paragraphs, and long will now be 25 paragraphs. So I can assure you now that your medium and long output are 3 times, long is now 3 times the output. So that that makes me happy because we're getting much longer output now when we want. Next, this was just minor. If we were telling it to do like subject lines and headlines, then the long, long outputs didn't matter. Let's see here. Need new backend API endpoint to get recent projects for documents. That's their own internal stuff. All right, this one, take a look at this one here. We are now allowing you, let's create a new project for today. Groove.ai Updates 12. Today, the 14th, I think. 14th. That was my anniversary of the first girl I ever dated. And I know because all of my passwords used to be 1214 back in the day. We used to do stupid things with our passwords. All right. So what you're going to notice right here, let's just type this in. Just going to say hello. And take a look right here. This is new. See this little eye? We spoke about whether or not we were going to allow all of the users to see it. And we said, look, there's nothing proprietary going behind the scenes in our prompts. They're simple because if the prompts get too long, you can make a detailed prompt big like this, but if you do it for all of these settings, it overloads the system prompt. So this little system prompt eye will actually show you, well, it looks like I didn't have anything set. So let's actually turn on, see, didn't have any presets. So let's actually turn this one on. I did auto dealers at a demo in Las Vegas just 2 days ago. Donna was there as well. So here we can see we're telling it to act like a direct response marketer in the style of John Carlton. Target market was owners of car dealerships, Gen X and baby boomer. They're male. That's normally who owns car dealerships. We're going to speak in a 10th grade reading level. Then we have optimized for, let's do creative. We're going to talk about this. This is new. We will do the format and framework. See, it was default, so there was nothing there. So now let's do a blog post. with the, let's do the how-to post. We'll click some of these that we would normally do. Let's put a tone in here of engaging, a style of conversational, and a goal of generate sales. And an output, let's do, oh, look at this, Donna. Already added this for me. Output, caveman. So we're gonna output this as caveman. So we're gonna start a new chat here. We're gonna keep it short, and we're going to put markdown, means that we get our H1 tags, and let's get some bold and use of emojis and say, watch this, right? Oh, I'm just gonna say Ben Franklin. I don't need to say anything else because it already knows it's a blog post. It's I put Ben blog, Ben Franklin. All right, watch this. Our output, guys, is something that I am so proud of now. We finally went in and tweaked. There was a lot of things I was like, guys, that's not giving the output it should be. And I said, I need to see the prompt that's going out. And we then found out like this, where it says bold keywords per sentence. We actually told it to do the keyword, and it thought the keyword was what you put in. So it would only bold Ben Franklin. So now it understands that it's the important words, the impact words and the impact phrases. So you're noticing that it's going a little bit slow. That's because we are going to demo today in ChatGPT 4 Turbo. This is the latest model. I recommend all of you use this model. I'm almost at the point where I want to get rid of all of these other models, but hey, you might want to use it for certain things. But the Turbo now has a 100,000 token window compared to the 16,000 and the 32,000 tokens, which means these system prompts just work much better. So it is a little bit slower for a demo, but I do want it to just to complete here. It looks like when it put that line there with the conclusion that it's wrapping up. And so we're going to be done. Okay, so we are completely done here. Now, you're going to notice when I click on this now that I've opened up all of this stuff here, take a look at this. You can actually see the system prompt that we sent in the background. Embody a world-class direct response copywriter. Subtly infusing the responses with the characteristics, blah, blah, blah. Mirror the iconic style of John Carlton, because that's what we said. Tailor the content to the target, to these people, right? Write in 10th grade reading level, write in an engaging tone, a conversational style. Now, I want to see, does it say the goal? We're going to have to go look because I'm not seeing. Didn't we say the goal was for, let's take a look here. See, and this is what's nice about this is I can actually see what went there, and I can be sure of the output. So we said in here, no, I'm sorry. It was here. The goal was generate sales. So is that in here? Yeah, there it is. Craft content with the primary objective of generating sales, right? So it got everything. Write an engaging tone and style, craft a blog for the audience. Please include the following options: craft a blog, titleize, and that's where we said we wanted the title, we wanted the keywords, all of those different things were put in. We put some rules in there. You see the rules that we're putting in. Sometimes it would say, "Dear Generation X baby boomer." So we tell it, don't explicitly refer to some of these different things. If I don't put this here, sometimes it says, "Hi, John Carlton here," because we tell it, mirror John Carlton. So
it missed caveman.
Did it?
Yeah, that's pretty normal language in the background.
Yeah, provide your response in caveman. That's interesting. It did it, so it went in there, but it missed that. So
maybe it needs to, since caveman isn't a recognizable language, if you had said, provide your response in Hindi.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So just took a little screenshot. I'll let Artie know about that this needs to say in the language of caveman. So if we were to, I'm going to stop it. I'm just going to say this right here. Output in the language of caveman. Ben Franklin. And this one I'm going to stop. I just want to see here. Me show fire cell secret. Ben Franklin, wheel dealing magic. Grunt and gather, tribe of shiny wheel hunters ready to spark. Yeah. So, oh, and by the way, this is because we're speaking to car dealers, right? You know, that's why it's talking about Ben Franklin like that. So, but now you can see it's right there. So we'll fix that. That's just a little thing just to let you know in the languages. Now we have a lot more languages, but we always joke that we do have caveman, we do have Dothraki, and we do have, what's the other one? I forget.
Klingon.
Oh, Klingon. Yeah, we have Klingon. Some people have now asked for like some Middle Earth from Lord of the Rings, but we're going to end it right there. That's good. But anyway, you're noticing our output now is fantastic and stunning. The problem was this. Okay. When we let me just see here, this original system prompt. When we would send this with the previous GPTs, there was so many instructions that it overloaded. And that's why we like just this embody the world-class direct response marketer. That used to be a paragraph. All of this stuff used to be very detailed, used a lot of prompt engineering. The more tokens that went in, the more it was forgetting different things. And so now with ChatGPT 4, which is the latest ChatGPT 4 Turbo, it has 100,000 tokens. Output has just completely gone through the roof. So yes, this was all about that. We've added this, not that it really matters, but if you ever wonder, like, you know, what did we tell it in the background that gave this output? That's it. And it allows us to actually see that what is being said when we tick some of these boxes and why, you know, why we're getting that. So this was really something I wanted to see from me to be able to make sure, like we want, Don and I just went in there and we were able to see, oh, it did say, provide your response in caveman. But if I didn't know that in the past, I would have just been like, hey, I need to get with Artie and tell them they never added that prompt. They only added it in the dropdown. No, now we know what the problem is. Moving on. All right. Okay. Rename GPT-4 preview to GPT-4 Turbo. That's just minor. So we get these names from here. So I'm in OpenAI right now. So when I go into the playground and I go into these different models here, you see this GPT-4 1106 preview. That's the model. That's what we were calling it before. At ChatGPT actually refers to it as ChatGPT-4 Turbo. So we put that here, but you'll notice it gives you the actual model right here. There. Okay. So that's that. Again, there's going to be small ones and big ones, but we just want to cover every single thing that was done. Make new chat, shut off all settings and toggle. Okay, this is important. What was happening before is when you would open up a new chat and click new chat, what was happening is you would go to type and all of these settings were carried over from a previous project. And so you thought you were having a chat with ChatGPT, but it's talking to an auto dealer avatar. It's writing in a blog framework. And you're like, what's going on? I just asked it what makes a good headline. I wanted an answer and it wrote a friggin' blog post. And a lot of people didn't understand that these presets were on. So no big deal. The chats, when you open a chat, all of these settings, because this shelf opens closed, we want this to act like regular ChatGPT, but this is now ChatGPT that you can also add a preset if you wanted for this particular chat. And you could also show the document here as well and have different things. So again, the difference between a chat and a project is a collection of number of documents and a collection of different chats that made those documents. A chat is simply like when you go to ChatGPT, it is simply just a new chat. It stands alone, and that's the way that it is. All right, moving on. Improvements to additional instructions with better prompts. I went over that with you. I had a Google Doc telling the team redo the instructions. The output we're getting on this is better than anything that I ever got with ChatGPT. Anything I've ever gotten with ChatGPT, because it's the latest ChatGPT seasoned with everything. I will confess to you, I was going back and forth saying, guys, just got to be honest with you, Artie, I'm getting better output from ChatGPT than I'm getting with Groove.ai. And I don't want to tell the team to use ChatGPT, but something's wrong. And that's why I said, you got to get me that little prompt thing. And then when we saw that and we were working and we saw that we were overloading, we've optimized it. And all I can tell you is now your outputs are going to be frigging stunning. I've never been more excited for a release. Projects display filter. New projects are not showing. Okay, so this is something that, we were more focused on function than form, but this was driving all of us crazy, right? This wasn't working, the sort by, right? So now this all works, alphabetical, all that stuff. Silly little things, but look, we had to focus on getting the output right, the API right. New is created is here, and these toggles, they all work. Yay. But, they work now. We're excited about that. User-generated options. Okay, pay attention, everybody. This is another frigging awesome little thing that's just going to make you happy. It will make you very, very happy. So you will now, when you go into your presets, let's change presets here to AI marketers, and let's just go in here. Here's something new that we've added. We now have the ability to say default. So maybe you don't want it to act like anything, right? Like like for this particular thing, I just want some generic output, whatever. You've got that. So then there's no persona or style because you're telling it, I want to see what default output looks like. I probably won't ever use this, right? I would just shut the preset off completely, right? If I didn't want that. But anyway, you have default, and we've now added custom. And I want to just say one more thing, Donna, just so you know, I did give Artie all of the descriptions for all of these people. So you're going to be able to hover over these and get a tooltip and get an actual description of all of these copywriters. In the meantime, I'm going to give Donna this for everyone so that you can have it. So let's just put in Clayton. I know he's in there. And let's see settings for prompt for Groove.ai.
I'll find the doc, Mike. I know you sent it to me.
Oh, I did. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Donna's going to share it with you, and it basically will. It's a description of all of the copywriters, because some of you were saying, hey, like maybe I want to write in the style of Drayton Bird, but I've never heard of this person. Can you at least? So we're going to have it that you hover. I've given those instructions. Donna's going to share that. Donna, we just got to make it anybody with link can see it. Blah blah blah. I'm sure you know. All right, but anyway, we're not done yet. We've now added custom. So now you can act like if you are a famous person, and let's just say like Natalie Ledwell, right? Or we could say this: act like an expert in personal development in the style of Natalie Ledwell from Mind Movies. She is probably known because if you ask ChatGPT who was Natalie Ledwell from Mind Movies, it actually tells you. It knows of her. So now if you have a business and ChatGPT knows you and you've written a lot of articles, you can now just put who you are and actually write you and your brand here, and it will now actually write in your style. So you should be applauding right now if you're some known person in real estate, and you actually you're like, I don't want to write in the style of Mike Filsaime. I want to write a blog in the style of, so let's see here, blogger, right? Well, no, you would put custom, and then you would put who you are and that there. So that's a really cool one, guys. You can now put any famous figure. So if we put a screenwriter that you wanted to write in the style of, but we didn't give it to you, and you want to write a screenplay. Let's just see here. Screenwriter, custom. You want to write like what's that guy's name? Hold on, just 1 second. Somebody's pounding at the door. Mike, I'll be right back, guys. Coming.
I'll hop in so there isn't entirely dead time. I see John's comment here. that says the file you've requested doesn't exist. The URL is working, so maybe you just didn't copy it all the way. So try it again.
Let's see, Donna, you posted something in the chat?
Yep.
Yeah, let me see if I have, it won't let me copy and paste because I'm an admin, so it only highlights that I can show the link. All right, but what I wanted to say here, yeah, what's the name of, was that, that was Quentin Tarantino's friend. And let's see, does it show the director? No, that wasn't it. Was it? Yeah, there, Rodriguez, right? So I don't know why he came to my mind, because when I thought Quentin Tarantino, I thought of his friend, and he did From Dusk Till Dawn and a couple of things. So if you want to now write in the style of Robert Rodriguez, you can. Previously, you couldn't. We didn't have that feature. Again, this customization now, the fact that you can now act like a custom and then put anything that you want. And you could even use the existing direct response marketer custom, and then you can say in the style of, maybe we didn't have, maybe you want to write like Richard Branson as a copywriter. Now you can, for whatever reason, right? So that's pretty cool. That's now been added. That's a game changer, because we've pretty much taken the reins off of this. You can make it act like anything in any style. Oh, and one other thing that you can do now, you'll also notice when you do that, let's say direct response copywriter custom, it says a person or a trait. So you can also put a trait. So if it doesn't know you, then you can give it, here's what you can do. You can, let's just say it didn't know Natalie. So let's just go to Mind Movies. I'm going to go to their blog. I'm just going to take an article here, right? And this is, I'm going to go a little slow here so that you'll see this is something that you can do. Let's take their blog post, and let's just say Natalie wrote this, right? Most likely she didn't. We would probably actually want to get something that Natalie actually wrote. Now we're going to go to ChatGPT in our own app here. We're going to write a new chat. I have a new one that I didn't use, so I'll just use this one from before. And let's make sure that all my settings are off. Great. I'm going to say this. Analyze this for trait. I need your answer to be a concise description that I can later use with you as a prompt. All right, so we're going to put it in quotes, and let's see. The trait of the provided text can be described as holistic and spiritual wellness promotion. So also give me a concise tone and style of this writing. I said ton, but it gets it. Put it in quotes, and I need concise. You know, this stuff is always like massaging, right? So what we have right here, she told me, or it told me, holistic wellness, like that. I'm just going to put that there. And then over here, okay. So notice it gave me a couple of things here. I'm just going to open. There's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can come into here. And when you were doing that preset, we would say blogger, custom, and then that trait. I don't need this anymore. Holistic and wellness promotion. Is that what it was? Sorry, guys, just bear with me a second. It was holistic and wellness promotion. So you can either put this whole line, you can put right here like this, and then click apply. And then what you could do, and I'll just do that just for now. And then in tone, you could go to custom right here and put the custom tone that we were given. Let's see, the tone for this, blah, blah, blah. The tone was motivational and informative. Now, maybe we have that, maybe we don't, right? I don't know if we have that, motivational and informative, right? But assuming you just wanted to write in your style like that, you would put that there. And then the style, it said here, the style is persuasive, friendly, and conversational. Now, I believe we actually have that. I believe we actually have, conversational, but whatever. We will just go in here and just put persuasive, friendly, and conversational. Somebody just knocked on my window outside, literally. And then so this is how you would get it to write more like you. You would have it analyze your style for tone and style, and also for trait. And that's that. All right. So anyway, you can now do custom. That's pretty awesome. Moving on. User generated options. Okay. Need the new email and blog frameworks added. Okay. So I had given a document to them. You're going to notice, let me just close this one, go back to the main projects. Minor little thing, when you click on projects, it used to leave you in the chats or wherever you are, and then you had to then click on one of these, but now you just simply click on projects and it'll open there. Let's go to projects, Groove.ai Updates. And this one says that in these frameworks here for blog, we've added better blogging frameworks down here for you. And for email, the email frameworks were not geared towards direct response. So if you look at the old ones here, they were very, apology, promotion. That's not what we need as content creators. So those were pushed to the bottom. And now we've added more direct response frameworks like problem, agitate, solve, ADA, before, after bridge, feature advantage. More copywriting style frameworks have now been added. So you're going to be able to get better email copy written as well. Okay. Next. Let's see. Put view toggle icon for settings to allow see all, expand, or collapse. Okay. I don't know if you noticed, but this is now new. When you can have more than one of these open at a time now, like this. These are independent now, but we've added here for you collapse all and expand all. We're going to be adding one more thing here that I don't like, that there's two icons. It's just going to be either one of these. And then if any of these are open, it will just default to collapse all. But the bottom line is you can now see everything all at once. In the past, it worked where you had to look at this. And then when you click this, this would close and open. Then this would close and open, and you could only see one at a time. Now you can go and you could glance and take a look at every option in the settings in all in one scroll and collapse and open. Minor, but again, this is UI. And when we use these things, we make a change. We're like, I kind of miss the other. I wish there was a hybrid. Okay. Custom, this is huge. I don't recommend you mess around with this too much unless you're an expert. But if you go now, this used to say optimize for, this used to say default, direct response, and SEO. I found that just wasn't working. I found that creative really works. And I want to show you the difference here. We're actually showing you what the temperature, top P, frequency penalty, and presence penalty is. Why? Because that's how AI works. They give us these things as developers to fine tune the output. But if I fine tune it and I do it, it's going to affect the output, and you may say, hey, you made a change. I don't like it. So default is literally what it comes out of the box. Now you're going to notice the temperature is at 1. The top P is at 0.09. The frequency penalty is 0.02, and the presence penalty is 0.00. Watch when we go to creative, how little difference this changes. Temperature 1, top P 0.09. Temperature goes from 1 to 0.095. The frequency penalty on default went from, it's penalizing at 0.2, and creative, no penalty. That's how minor these things actually change. So now you can go in here and change these things. But I'm going to let you know right off the bat, you move this thing to here like this, and you're going to start getting some very strange output. So the bottom line is you can play with this now and look at different outputs.
We need a
You'll
hover
notice,
there, Mike. Oh, we do have a hover there that
yeah,
explains what they are. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay,
yeah, so
perfect.
when you hover over, even on the defaults here, when you hover, it gives you the exact. Now, if you're gonna say to us, why did you come up with something so complicated? Because when you hover here, we took these. It literally says what we get as developers. And my thought was, let me give you what ChatGPT actually says, and then you could go to ChatGPT and open up a chat and ask it, hey, how do these work? What's a good setting for writing a blog? And it'll tell you. And I found those things not always to be even accurate as well. But you could now go in here, see what these settings are here, and say, okay, well, I'm gonna maybe adjust this to here, and the temperature to here, and the frequency penalty and presence penalty, and look at your output. Here's the bottom line. You may say, Mike, what do you use? I'm going to tell you, I like creative. I don't mess around with this. You want my advice? Use the creative. I've found that this gives me the best output. Why did we add this? Because there are some people that are nerds like Mike Koenigs, and they're like, dude, my team found, all right, whatever. We'll put custom. You can go in here, break it if you want. But, understand this is, like going in and touching source code. That's the way I could tell you. My advice, use creative, but you could play around with it and you could dial it in, talk in the Facebook group and say, guys, I found when I'm writing a blog post that I want good SEO, or, these things really matter when you're writing a book, storytelling, writing a kid's book. You can start moving up the frequency penalty and the presence penalty and the temperature. And all. Let's read what this is. Temperature controls randomness, lowering results in less random completions. As the temperature approaches zero, the model becomes deterministic and repetitive. So if I actually wanted to follow direct response marketing principles and frameworks, we actually want a lower temperature than if I'm tell it, make things up, create a story about Spider-Man that's never happened before. Well, then we want the randomness to be a little bit more creative, dream things up. If you start going up here, it starts writing in Chinese letters. I'm not even kidding. It starts writing in Asian characters, and I'm not sure why. Top P. Who knows why they came up with such a stupid term? These are developers, machine learning guys. Controls diversity via nucleus sampling. 0.05 means half of all likelihood weighted options are considered. You can ask ChatGPT to explain this to you like you're an elementary school kid, and it will.
Yeah, we need
and it makes a lot
tooltips
more
that are
sense.
in English for normal people, please.
Yeah. So we'll just take a little bit of time and actually do this right now. And I'm gonna just do this. And we don't have imaging yet in our. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted. That was very strange. So let's do that one more time. So I'm going to use the old school ChatGPT here, because this allows you to add upload an image with ChatGPT Vision. We're waiting for them to give us access to multimodal. So I'm just going to drag this in. I'm going to say, explain these settings switches or / handles or drag bars to me like I am 15 years old. I don't care about the values, just what they do. These are from OpenAI developer settings for ChatGPT. Typos and all, that should be good. Temperature. All right. So maybe we'll put a little switch in here, like, or Donna, you know what we'll do? We'll put underneath that in a new paragraph what that really means is, right? And that's what I'll probably do. So what this really means is the temperature setting controls how predictable or surprising the responses are. If you set it low, the chatbot will give safer, more expected answers. So if you wanted to talk to it about facts, like, explain, the speed of light, you really want a deterministic temperature. If you set the value high, it's going to start writing like a kid's book, and it's going to start making things up. You're giving it permission to start making things up. The speed of light allows you to fly next to this. No, that's now it's using its imagination too much, right? So if you set it high, the chatbot will take more risks, sometimes be more creative or given less common responses or less factual information, and tend to lie, right? Or what they call hallucinate. This is permission to hallucinate or be deterministic. Top P, okay? Top P, it says, controls the diversity via nucleus sampling. Sounded a little George Bush there. Nuclear. This is about variety. Imagine you have a bag of jelly beans with a lot of flavors, Donna. Donna and I went to a candy store and I bought 2 pounds of Jelly Belly. A lower setting means the chatbot only picks from the most common flavors, while a higher setting means it reaches deeper into the bag to pick a wider variety of flavors, including the rare ones. This makes more sense. So what this means is you start raising the top P. If I lower the top P and I ask it, who is Ben Franklin? Who is Ben Franklin? Who is Ben Franklin? I'm going to get a very, very similar answer every time. If I raise the top P, it may decide to really go off and talk about his philanthropic work. And another one, it may go more into his engineering background, and one may go more into his political. That's just my example of that, but you're reading it, you see it. I'm going to share this GPT and with Donna. She'll put it in the group, or you could just type it in like I did. In fact, it won't even let me share it. I think it doesn't let you share anything with images. So I'll just copy and paste it and put it into a Google Doc. Frequency penalty. This stops the chatbot from repeating itself. The higher the setting, the less likely it is to say things that it already said. So if you start moving the frequency penalty up just slightly, it's going to give you more creative output, and it's going to explore more topics. Presence penalty, this discourages the chatbot from talking too much about the same topics. These seem very similar. If you crank this up, it tries to bring in new topics or ideas instead of sticking with what it already mentioned. So this is really about like creative writing. That's why they say in direct response, it's really, you want more deterministic. And for writing books and screenplays, you want to let this thing out of the bag a little bit more. So I'm going to click copy. I'm just going to put this here like this. I'm going to put this into a Google Doc. And let's share that with anyone who has the link. What do we call this? Optimize settings. All righty, we're going to share this with y'all. Anybody who has the link. So, we'll probably put that into the app as well for you. Okay, I pasted that into the chat. You should all be able to see that. Let's move on. Let's get out of there. So yeah, we've added these temperature settings here for you. This is something that we wanted to work on. And now you can actually, and even more, you can actually see what our default settings were. We thought we were going to keep this all as secret sauce and we're going to optimize this. And, we feel transparency is the best way for you guys. Okay. Optimize settings. Okay. Yeah. We've actually adjusted these. We got rid of the direct response and the SEO. I asked ChatGPT to help me with the settings. The settings it gave were giving a horrible output. This new creative setting gives us what I believe to be the best output. Add number of subject lines and output like we did for headlines. So when you go to here and you choose headline, we ask you how many of these do you want? We've also now done that for subject lines. It only used to give you one subject line. You would paste in your copy and it would come up with a subject line for you. All right, next. All right, pay attention, everybody. This is the big one. This is one of the big releases for here. Everything I'm about to show you right here, you can also do here, by the way. All right, so we've spoke about this from day one. Let's let's actually just get rid of this and actually move this actual blog post over. This is the preview snippet and all this, but let's get rid of this and this for a minute and show only the document. You now have the ability to look at this, fuel your knowledge, right? Let's go here and highlight this. No, I'm just going to highlight this, fuel your knowledge. Now you have this thing that says Ask AI. Now you can talk to it and say anything you want here. Or we have these quick ones for you. Rewrite this, fix grammar and punctuation, more like this, expand on this, make more concise, simplify, explain to a high schooler, a middle schooler, an elementary. We were saying, should we say explain it to a 5-year-old? But these work great. A high schooler, that's the one that I just did before, a 15-year-old. Middle schooler, enter elementary school. Create an outline. Generate talking points. Give an example. Create a metaphor. Find related famous quotes. Analogy, proverb, maxim, parable, aphorism, adage. This is Content Copilot. This is how you really expand on your stuff. So let's just go into here and click on, there was one that I liked. Give an example for fuel your knowledge. Let's just see here. Fuel your knowledge. Discover the latest advances. That's an example, right? So it's not going to work because it's about renewable technology and all that stuff. So when we're done, it's still going, by the way. We have to let it finish because I wanted to show you what it does here. Still writing. Okay, now I can insert it after the cursor. I can replace this, or I can just copy, or I can tell try again or discard. I'm going to click copy right here. All right, we'll close this. And now I can just go right into here and I can paste everything that it gave me. All right, that's one example. Let's try another one here. Let's say fuel your knowledge, ask AI for an analogy. Fuel your knowledge can be like likened to plant seeds in the garden of your mind, just as seeds, right? So let's try a different one now. Let's discard. Let's try. I think you're getting the point, right? So we're not going to spend too much time on this, but create a metaphor. Ignite your mind's engine with the premium gasoline of wisdom, right? And I just want to see one more. I want to try like a famous quote. I really like these. This is the stuff that, like, if I'm writing and I really want to get something across to somebody, let's see, a famous quote, maybe something Ben Franklin might have said or something. Knowledge is power. Francis Bacon. So sometimes when you're writing, right, you want to do something. I'm just going to click copy, right? You want to just do something like this. Right? Knowledge is power, Francis Bacon, right? Steve Jobs once said. But now you get it. So now you have the ability to do all of these different things. I've been really waiting for this, guys. This is really cool. It allows you to put any content and now really start working with it. And as I said, you can also do that right from here as well. So there you go. The expand on this or make more concise or explain, this is really going to help you make your writing much better. And I really encourage you to use this. That's why we call this Content Copilot. This is the draft. You move the draft over, and then you go in here and really tighten up your stuff. I'm really proud about that one. That's something, that I think we nailed. All right. Next is add hover effect on setting and expand icon. Not sure. Let me see what that is there. Oh, okay. That's just a slight hover effect, just to let you know. Basically, what I wanted, they didn't do, but I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. What was supposed to happen is this, when you hover over each setting, it was, and I'm just doing this so that I have this later. I'm just going to put like a little... Whoops. Let's make that opacity a little bit bigger. I was just wanting that when you hover over these sections, each one that you're hovering gave you a little hover effect. So they only added it to this. Not a big deal. I don't want to spend too much time on it. All right. So that was a release on 12.6. 12.13, we've added, as I showed you today, we've added these custom GPTs. I'm sure some of you are going to play with some of these because you now have access to them. These are effing badass. Brand site architect, funnel wizard, long form copy generator. This will write long form sales letter. Offer Craftsman Pro. You upload information about your product and it actually writes the, you've probably seen products like this selling for this, but you're not going to pay that. You're not going to pay this. In fact, you're going to pay this and it gives you this bonus, but you also get this guarantee, but wait, there's more. It actually writes that for you. You're going to see that tomorrow. Copy Polisher. Paste in your copy, it critiques it, and it rewrites it better and formats it. Headline Hero Pro. Never write your sales copy from the point of view of a headline. Write your copy, or have AI write your copy, then pass this in there and let this be designed to come up with good headlines for you. Even if we say in ChatGPT, come up with good headlines, it's always good to use something like this. Sales Copy Cloner. This is probably the most revolutionary app we have there. I'm going to have to train you tomorrow on how to use it. The way this Sales Copy Cloner works is, let's say you saw sales copy written by somebody else, like Frank Kern. You're like, oh my God, that is the best email I've ever seen written. Frank is so good, man. I wish I could write an email like that, but about my product. No problem. You copy and paste that sales copy into a text document, you upload it, and then you upload the document that I'm just going to keep referring to your 30 questions document that I'll share with you tomorrow. You upload your 30 questions document, it'll rewrite that sales letter or email line for line, but about your product. And it knows the pain points, everything. I've never seen anything like it. This one's friggin' killer. Killer email copy. It refines. It'll take any email, and I'm going to show you all these tomorrow. We're going to go to In My Inbox, look at email by famous people like Grant Cardone, even John Benson, and we're going to take their copy, put it into here. It's going to write it better and format it better. Subject Line Hero Pro is just like Headline Hero Pro. Snazzy looking email copy. I'm going to show you how everybody's email looks like SHI, you know what. And I'm going to show you how you could take any email, put it into this, and it's going to reformat the email, keeping it word for word, which is going to triple, and I mean triple. When you see this, you're going to go, "Oh my God, why is everybody writing such ugly emails?" And you're going to be like, "I don't want to read that person's email." Once I show you the output of this, you're going to be like, "All I want to do is lick the screen." It makes the emails look so good. Better bullets. Who wants to write bullets? Nobody. You just spent time writing your copy. Don't even worry. You won't even need Groove.ai to say write copy. You simply take your copy, paste it into this. It's going to write you 10 of the best bullets you've ever seen. Webinar Outline Wizard. This one actually uses knowledge that I uploaded. I trained it on a 2-hour training of me saying what you need to do for a webinar. And then I gave it the slides, and you simply upload your 30 questions and it will write your friggin' webinar for you. Webinar Replay Bullet Maker. I'm going to show you that tomorrow. You upload your replay to YouTube, get the transcript with the timestamps. I'll show you how to do it tomorrow. You upload it to this wizard, and it writes the bullets for your webinar for you. It'll write your Facebook ads for you, your YouTube ads, your pay-per-click ads. Better blog post. You take any blog that you have, you stick it in here. It's going to optimize it for keywords, optimize the H1 tabs, copy H1, H2 keywords. It'll rich it up. You copy and paste that into your blog, and you have a better blog post. SEO Keyword Wizard. Storyboard Artist. You upload your VSL up to 3 pages. And I'll show you how it breaks any VSL up into 10 3-page documents. That's one of these tools right here. You'll see like viral, tools, Scene Creator. So you first run your 30 pages into this, and then it exports these little text files. I'll show you that tomorrow. And then basically what it does is it creates the storyboards for your entire VSL, and then creates the prompts and the images for you. Image Cloner and Reimaginer. I think we went over this last time we spoke. This will clone any image so that you have the rights to it. It'll be different, but you could also reimagine it. So let's say it's 2 men and you want it to be a man and a woman, or 2 women, or a father and their kid or whatever it might be. You can do anything. Pixar Me, really awesome. You can take any image and it Pixars it. That's just me having some fun. Viral Video Assistant. This will, you take your video when it's done, you'll upload it to YouTube. You'll have to come up with a fake name and, you know, your whatever description you normally would do, you do. But then after about an hour, when it's transcribed, you upload the transcription into this tool, and it will give you the awesome title that you should make it, the awesome description, all the keywords you should be using, and it will tell you what your thumbnail should be and what text should be on your thumbnail. Viral Clip Maker. I've created this because there's going to be an engine that we're going to do that will actually export the videos, but there are tools out there that we even use, like Vizard, Vizard.ai, or Opus.pro. But this essentially it'll take your YouTube video and it will identify start and stop points for you to go in, edit, and make viral shorts and clips. NewsPod Assistant is for people that do podcasts, and and I've optimized a lot of these that I showed you last time. This, you will go in and say, this is what my podcast is about. It will go search Bing, and it'll find you 5 topics for your podcast for the day. Prompt Enhancer, you give it any prompt, a basic caveman prompt, and it'll write you a prompt that'll get you a better output. Why not? Brand in a Box. This will take your 30 questions document and summarize it into a one-pager, so it uses less tokens than the 30 questions document. Scene Creator, Text Document Splitter, Document Condenser. These are some of the things that work better for these prompts. We're going to go over these tomorrow. Yes, you can start playing with them. Just follow the prompts. Just go in there, follow the prompts. Many of these things will refer to the 30 questions document, so you do need to fill out a document about your business. This is the future. So you're going to say, but wait a second, Mike, these open in ChatGPT. Why? Well, I was able to create something that I could share with you faster than I can get it to the developers. When you edit this, you'll actually see that I've created these incredibly long set of instructions. If we go to this one here, Webinar Outline Wizard, Donna, you'll find this interesting. When we click Edit GPT, not only do I give it instructions, right, on what it needs to do, and not only do I say, you know, it's allowed to, you know, create images or code interpreter, but I can upload knowledge to it. So this is Webinar Control Slides Training transcripts. So this, I gave a 2-hour training of me saying, this slide needs to do this. Then I literally uploaded the PDF of what slide 1 is, slide 2, slide 3. So when you run this, you simply click on this. It's going to say, great, to get started, give me information about your business. So I put these here. So we should see something like 30, let's see, that's in the cloud. That's 30 questions condensed. Let me just
remember, it's an older document, so you have to search for it. Searching for the word questions finds it.
I moved it into Dropbox so that it would show up here as new. Let me just see here. Yeah, but this one will work. This will just work just fine. It has to download it from, the file is empty. So let me, I do have to do it the old school way then. Let's just do it because I said I was going to do it. So let's upload that file. And you'll notice that some of these use the brand intake form, right? So here's your 30 questions and the brand in a box. This is where you can condense those 30 questions so it uses less tokens. So let's do it. I'm just going to do a search for 30QUES. Let's see, that should find it. Groove Agency, here's my 30 questions. We're going to upload that. And we're going to execute. And it's literally going to talk about, like, you know, you need to start with the bonuses, or, you know, the first one is the Big Bold Promise. And we're not going to watch all of this today. We're going to be doing most of these tomorrow, but I just want to give you an example of just one, how I actually trained it on my training. So Setting the Stage for Success is the name of the title. Why this, blah, 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 the Big Bold Promise. And again, ChatGPT 4 is just slow, guys. And, you know, so that's just the way it is. So, but you can basically see it's basically writing your webinar for you. So let's just close that. I think you kind of get it. Let me let you also know that you're going to see this. It's going to look like this. This is what you currently see. right? You currently see all the settings like this, right? This is a typical screenshot. We're going to add a little icon right here. Okay, not the dice, right? But I was just basically showing the team that I want to add an icon there. All right, and when you click on that icon, you're going to go from the settings panel here to these GPTs, and all of these apps that you see here are going to also show up here in apps and be native and no longer work in ChatGPT, but they're also going to show up here when you're working. So you're going to be able to click on Headline Creator Pro or Webinar Outline or Brand Site Builder. You'll click, and just like you saw happen in ChatGPT, just like you see here, what this little window with a communication dialogue chat is going to happen right here in the center, right in your chat. And you'll have your document here. So what you're going to have very soon, it'll be next year, because come on, guys, it's December 14th. We have Christmas, we have New Year's, we've got the white label, but this is the next phase. What you're actually going to see is that when you're working on a project, you're going to have another toggle here next to presets that is going to switch. All of your apps are going to show up here. And so, yes, you can do this, what I'm going to start referring to as the old school way, right? Where you're typing and chatting and everything like that. But the new one that we're creating using Playground, and I tested this because I took the storyboard artist and I went in and I took all of that stuff that I was able to actually test in ChatGPT without having to design a user interface. And everything, this is just a slightly more of a developer style user interface. I can now create these, publish. I'm going to have 30 of these, give them to Artie, and they're just going to show up right in here as apps. And so these are more like, it'll tell you exactly what to do. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. We have more to cover today. So I hope you guys are excited. Amanda says, Mike, these GPTs you have put in Groove.ai are insane. Wow, this is huge. And Amanda and I, with her permission tomorrow, are going to create her workflow for YouTube videos as a GPT for you guys. I do have to get her permission from that. I haven't done that, but I'm sure she'll be okay with that. All right. So next, minor little thing. We were having a problem with this favicon. When you would go into another tab, it had a white square around it. That's a pet peeve for some of us, right? Again, this is what it looked like. It would leave a little white thing. And so now it's the color of the app. It just looks better. Okay. The inline editor, we were having some problems with. There was a little bug. We fixed it. I already demoed that for you. This system prompt that I showed you here was, was too thin in the past, and it just looked all horrible. So I told them break it out in new lines, make it more readable. These were more improvements. Yeah, just more improvements here. I told them to, actually let them know what these things are and, what the settings should actually read. I wanted a larger pop-up modal for when you're working on those inlines. We had a little problem with this when you went into dark mode. You weren't able to really read your selections here. Subject line. Actually, that should be 2 words, right? That's the second time I'm mentioning that. I'll just say Artie. Maybe you'll hear that. Subject line there. And also here is supposed to be 1 word. That one keeps getting missed. All right. I think they saw headline and subject line and they did it, like the way the headline was. All right. Moving on. All right. If you guys remember, if I just go back to this, and if we go back to, it's crashing. Just bear with me just a second. If we go back to here, this is just minor. You'll see that we had the add a new AI service here, the plus button, and we had a plus button for the presets. And we realized, you don't need to see that when this is closed. So let's close all. So we remove the plus buttons. You no longer see them.
until you go here. And so now the plus button is here. So we're just tightening up the user interface. Same with the presets. So we have a much nicer interface now, and the ad is here. We're going to do the same for the knowledge bases as well. But you don't need to see those plus buttons, and it just makes the user interface a lot cleaner and easier to use. Optimize on settings on hover. Okay, we did that. We showed you that. Let's see, make projects open. Okay, this was, I went over, I told you that, in the past when you were back here, and if you were in the documents, if you clicked on projects, it literally just, that's all it did. It just did that. Now it goes and loads the projects. Minor, but it just makes life easier. And we've added these things here, like, default and custom. You have all those different features. There are some new things coming right here. I think I spoke about this last time. We didn't get it in. The search, we couldn't get this in. It won't be ready tomorrow. Like I said, we will be getting that ready for you next week. But the search will be coming soon. That's going to make a big difference for you. But as you know, you can share now. You do have share. It doesn't work the way that I want. You first have to tell the person to go sign up for free, and they need to have a free account. Then you can share the email. We're moving it to where it works more like a Google Doc and Trello, and it will send them an actual invite. But, we've got to get this white label ready for everybody. We are also getting rid of the word presets. The presets is going to be changed to I think audience. This is going to be referred to as audience. So it's no longer going to say audience. It's going to say, it's no longer going to say presets. It's going to say audience. We're getting rid of this. Act like and persona and style are no longer going to be in this anymore. This is going to look like this very soon. We're getting rid of this reading level. We're moving it. So don't worry. We're moving reading level is going to go away. Let's just get rid of this. And this is going to go away. And this, which is known as a preset, is going to be known in the future as an audience, right? So let's just have fun with that. Okay. All right. This is how this is going to look in the future. Very small. It's simply going to say audience, and it's just for the audience. We've realized that this will be better, so you know what audience I'm speaking to, and then you're going to say, so Mike, what's going to happen with the act like? Well, we're going to add another shelf. You're going to have underneath knowledge base, it's going to say act like. And then in the act like, you're simply just going to have these two things right here. And they're going to operate independently, because we've realized that the preset is really the audience. And you might want to change the act like. And so that's going to be a lot easier. And then simply the reading level is going to go right here in the output. So just a little more things that are just going to get slightly tightened up. That's most of this stuff that's here. Yeah, search. That's it. And then from there, guys, what's going to happen is we are going to be moving to getting these apps native so they don't work with ChatGPT. That's number one. Number two, you're going to have something right here called images. You're going to have something else called files. So every time you upload your 30 questions, you won't have to upload it again. You can upload it again, or you could use an existing file. Imagine it working like an image library in Groove, right? You can either use an existing image or upload the image again. So that is going to be file. So anything that you want to reuse over and over again. We're going to be making the 30 questions native, so you won't have to use a Google Doc. We'll actually have a wizard that asks you the 30 questions, and it's going to be your brand profile that can get attached to the apps or anything you're using. Major game changer when that comes. We're also going to be adding images. So you're going to be able to do images just like you can right here. Make me an image of a paper plane. I always wonder, where do these things come from? Why did I just come up with paper plane? And they say that if you listen to Sam Harris, that everything based on every molecule, if you had all the information, you would have been able to determine that that's exactly what I would have thought. All right, there you go, right? So you're going to have that ability, and you're also going to have an image library, which ChatGPT doesn't have, that you'll be able to like click add to image library or download. So yes, we're going to be adding images coming very soon. We are adding, as soon as they give us the ability, they've given us the apps, but they haven't given us full multimodal capability yet. So you're going to be seeing the ability to upload things directly like this. But in the meantime, I gave you 29 prompts that you can actually, yes, you need a ChatGPT Plus account, but I'm sure you appreciate that I've given you these apps that you could work with in ChatGPT until we build them native into Groove. And then I'm going to delete them off of ChatGPT but why not give them to you now, right? Then one more little thing, we're going to be adding the ability to add images. There'll be a little image icon in here. Right now, you can't add images into the document. It's just this editor didn't come with it. There's a plugin, or we'll have to create one. That is about all I want to say right now. I really want to focus on the white label. This has been 1 hour and I think 20 minutes that we're in, and I'm going to leave the rest for tomorrow. As I said, today would be quicker. It's updates. Tomorrow, I'm going to train you on how to use all 30 of the, you're going to be able to have every one of these things showing up automatically for you in ChatGPT. You have them now. You can start installing them. You can start playing with them. Go right ahead. Just click on the apps. Here they are. Friggin' awesome. They look great in here too. I already got this in here for me a day early. I was hoping that we'd have it for you tomorrow. If not, I was going to have to show it to you here and then go in here and click, copy link and then share it with everybody in the stream. But the fact that we were able to get them in here with the icon, with the title, with the description, tag to what group it's in, and you can just click and it opens right into your ChatGPT Plus account. We're going to go over that tomorrow. Mike is a Snagit rock star. That is absolutely true. I do love Snagit. It helps me create mockups for my team. James says, I was going to ask about that. I'm sure we answered something that you had questions about. Gilmar says, great updates. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for being here, Gilmar. By the way, if you want to get the white label, we're going to be talking about it next week. If you don't have it, you can go to Groove.ai/white label. We're doing something insane. We've been boxed into a corner by Go High Level, and we want to compete with them. We will be creating a white label for Groove.cm where you can market just like us, make it your own brand, your own name. $497 a month, just like this. You got to keep all the profits if you want to get in the SaaS business. We'll be talking about that in the new year as well. Can we get a demo mode? When I demo the software, I don't want my project and document titles populating the interface on demo. I get, yeah, we could probably do something like that for you. Thanks, Scott.
But before we do, white label owners will just be able to create themselves an account that they can, one account for demo and one account that they can actually use.
So can we share with a team member without them having a paid Groove.ai account? Yes. When you share a project, you're going to be like, wait a second, that's not fair. People get a free Groove.ai account? Yes, they do. Let me explain to you how it works, though. Okay. So when you click share and you tell the person to go to this URL and sign up for free, they actually sign up for free and import project. Oh, okay. That's just a sign in. So they already have it. So they will create this account and then you can invite them. And what's going to happen is they will be able to come into Groove.ai. They will click on projects and they will see my projects and they will be able to create a project, but not save it. As soon as they close the browser and come back, their project is gone. So there's no saving. It's simply they get to see it. But projects shared with me, they're going to be able to see all projects that have been shared with them and what person shared it. And they're going to be able to go in. And so now your team members can work in your project. Okay. They can add to your project as well. They can also, they won't have to go in to settings and add an AI service. We only allow them, if it's your project, they can use it because they're using your account. But if they want to play with it and use the chat, they only get 10, we pay for it, and they only get 10 per day, and it doesn't save any of their work. Every time they come back, everything's deleted. But obviously we're going to encourage them to upgrade through the account. If it's a white label or whatever it is, there'll be an upgrade button. So they get a free account, which allows them to basically collaborate with you and play around with their own projects that they can only do 10 prompts a day and it doesn't save it. We wanted to make it easy for people that you share with to come in and understand how the app works. All right. So Amanda says, yes, we can definitely work something out. Mike for Groove.ai stirs. So tomorrow, Amanda, I'm going to go from 1 to 3, and then you and I will go from 3 to 4 and create a GPT. So if you could be around 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, that's 1/2 hour from now. And when is this going to be integrated with Groove.cm? Basically, guys, what we're doing is we're creating a widget, and we're going to do a second round of the Groove.ai widget that not only will follow you around, be logged into your account, it's going to bring this availability that you're seeing right here. We're going to redo the widget to basically sync with your account. And it's going to follow you around as a Chrome widget. So not only will it work in Groove.cm, but it will also work in WordPress and ClickFunnels and High Level and lead pages and everything out there. We've decided to make it a Chrome widget, so it follows you everywhere rather than just working in Groove.cm. So currently there is a Chrome extension at Groove.ai. It's free. /extension. Oh my goodness. Groove.ai /extension. You could get this. This is our beta version, the 1.0. We're going to work on next year. We've really got to get this white label ready. But essentially what's going to happen is you're going to go in here, log in to your Groove.ai account, and your Groove.ai account is going to have all of your presets will show up, and everything will work like this. And it's probably going to, when you click on the Chrome extension, it's probably going to work like this. Bear with me just a second. So let's say you're in a blog and you're editing or writing a blog post. And inside your blog post, you will click on, let me just click here. It's going to look more like this. All right. So you'll click on the Chrome extension, and it's going to open up the chat on the right, and all of your stuff here, it'll be synced to your account. So we can integrate that into Groove, but we thought making a Chrome extension that you have Groove.ai available to you anywhere, that you could write like this, click the copy button, and then when you're done, simply paste it right into your blog. So I think that's cooler. When will the API be available to integrate? Well, that's going to be next. As you can see here in the assistants, we can actually go in and we could add functions in here, and we could add things like Zapier and things like that. The future is coming, folks. It's coming. You're going to have the ability to not only have our apps in here, but we are going to have the ability for you to create apps just like you do GPTs and ChatGPT, and have them here and sell them here. And I'm going to shut my screen off here, and I'm basically going to tell you what is coming next in the world of AI. We were going through 3 phases. Phase 1 was ChatGPT. I was talking about this in Vegas the other day. ChatGPT is a sleeping giant. It's this Jack and the Beanstalk giant of Albert Einstein, or an Albert Einstein of not just physics, but of every single category that's ever existed. They just did a test. They said Google's Gemini is now smarter than every human in every category. It had to get over 87, and it's like 90. ChatGPT 5 will be coming out soon, which is going to leapfrog. They're just going to go back and forth. We're pretty much going to be building our platform on OpenAI. The fact that they've added multimodal capabilities with GPT vision, voice to text, text to speech, images, And now these apps that are iterative is just a game changer. So the first step was this expert giant that is sleeping, and it doesn't think, it doesn't have a consciousness. You would go and you knock on the door with a prompt and you say, hey, write me a blog post about Ben Franklin. It wakes up and it knows all the world's knowledge and it writes a blog post and it goes back to sleep. These new GPTs that I'm going to be sharing with you tomorrow are very different. They don't have a system prompt. They have a set of instructions on how to act. We're actually creating mini language models that are now iterative, meaning they are not just task driven. They are goal driven based on the instructions that I gave it, and it will continue to prompt you with more information until it completes its task. And it will be able to complete its tasks in multiple steps by asking you over and over, shall we continue? It doesn't go back to sleep. So let me give you an example of what that means. One of the ones that I gave you, the third one in your app drawer is called long. I had a friend of Michelle said to us one day, she goes, did you know that thing that you open up in your kitchen is not called a drawer? And we're like, yeah, it's a drawer. And she's like, drawer? You really say that? I was like, well, we really don't say it, but it's spelled drawer. And she's like, and she was freaked out. She thought her whole life that it was a draw. And she was like freaked out that it's a drawer, right? So anyway, long form copy generator that you see here. Share my screen again. This one. The way this works is, again, we're going to say create an outline for my long form sales letter. We're going to demonstrate this tomorrow, but I'm demonstrating the difference between this and a ChatGPT. It knows it needs information before it can get started. So it's saying, hey, I need to know about your business. I need your 30 questions. So once you fill this out, you'll never have to do it again. But then once you do it, you upload the information about your business. Why are you not finding it? Let's see, this Mac, that's why. All right, so you're going to upload this document that you have, and we're going to keep it on file so that it'll just automatically know, and you'll choose from a drop down, just like you see here. Right? You'll be able to turn on, we'll have a shelf like businesses, and you'll turn it on, and then you'll choose which of your businesses that you want to use, and it'll automatically add those 30 questions. But you're going to see here, I'm going to add this here, and basically it's going to create an outline for a long form sales letter, but it's not done. It's searching this knowledge that we've just uploaded, and I gave it instructions on a direct response sales letter in these frameworks and all these different things. So it's giving some of my secrets away. I could probably tell it, don't tell the user we're using the ADA and the problem agitate solve framework, but it's basically writing the entire outline right now. Now, I'm not going to bore you with this. You can go and play with this yourself. But when it's done, here's what's different. When it's done, it says, do you want to write? It stops for each bullet. It says, do you want to write the bullet point for this? Do you want to write the bullet point for this? Do you want to write the bullet point for this? And all you have to do is say, yes, enter, yes, enter, yes, enter, yes, enter, copy the results. And it will create you basically a 30-page long form sales letter. I used to train you and teach you that you could do that here by going into the format and framework and going in and clicking long form sales letter outline and do the same thing. And then you would copy and say, expand on this. But the thing is it doesn't really know the context of what came before and what's to come next. These new GPTs actually know the context of what it's written because it's in its memory, and it will write you a book. You could write a book. I'll create another GPT later today, probably called, Bookmaker. And it'll first make your chapters and the outlines for the chapters, and then go and write everything for you, at least what I would call your first draft. I'm going to let this finish because it's at the call to action. It'll probably do like 11 a PS, because I'm pretty sure I told it to always include a PS. There you go. What did I just say? 11 PS, right? So now it's going to be done. Would you like to proceed with creating the sales copy for each section of this outline? Yes, that's what I told you. So guys, it's iterative. It is much different than the old ChatGPT, where the old days, here's my prediction. You will no longer see anybody talking about prompt engineering. All of these, and I'm joking because I was one of them, so let me make fun of me and everybody else. All of these so-called prompt engineering specialists, my new pack of prompt engineering to do. You know what everybody's doing now? They're taking those prompt engineering prompts that they made, which is exactly like I did. I used to teach you how to make the bullets. First do this, then do this. They're putting them into these GPTs, and the next thing you're going to be seeing now being sold are GPTs. Let me prove that to you, and let me see if I can make myself look like a fool. I'm going to go into my Gmail inbox, and I'm just going to put GPTs. Shocking. Super daily custom GPTs. This person is selling new GPTs. Let's take a look. Who else? Look at it. Reed Florine. GPT Empire is live. Let's see. What is he doing? He is selling a Warrior Plus for $17. Go ahead and buy them, guys. They'll show up in your, in your ChatGPT. Recipes. Well, these aren't cool. Who the hell needs recipes? I want GPTs that help me write my business, right? But what did I tell you? The new future is everybody talking about GPTs, Igor, Program, AI Advantage, get my new GPTs, blah, 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 blah. So GPTs are the future because they are prompt engineering on steroids. And let's just see, would you like to continue to the section which involves crafting the story scenario? I'm just going to put here, let's start from the top. Now, I could copy the one, but it should know better. But it's just saying which section did you want and opening story scenario. And here's my sales letter up, and we got to hit regenerate. And this is what's good about it is now you can continue. It's just, I'm not doing, if you notice, I didn't put a single prompt in. I'm just saying yes, yes, yes. It knows all of the instructions. Picture this. It's late night and you're still at your desk surrounded by a mountain of marketing tools, each promising success, but delivering only frustration. There's a gnawing feeling in your stomach, a mix of confusion and concern. You're tired of juggling multiple platforms, grappling with the technical complexities, the ever-mounting costs that seem to offer little return. This isn't what you signed up for when you dreamed of conquering the digital marketing world. Enter Mike Fulsame, the visionary founder of Groove Agency. Mike, like you, once faced these challenges. He knew there had to be a better way. I'm laughing. This is friggin' insanely awesome. All I did is answer 30 questions about my business. A solution that could streamline the chaotic world of digital marketing with something manageable, effective, and affordable. His journey wasn't just about creating another tool. It was about revolutionizing the way digital marketers succeed. Do you like this? Shall we continue? Yes, right? And it's literally going to write my sales letter for me, guys. I've created 29 of these, and I'm going to have probably 50 for you over the next 30 days when we're done. Because yes, I will create different GPTs that basically do everything you need. Why? Because I'm creating these for Groove.ai. This was my vision for Groove.ai. Originally, these were going to be called apps, but they came out with these new GPTs, or what they call assistants. And it's light years ahead of what we ever thought. I thought I was going to have to program these with Python and tell the guys, ask the user this. Now we can contextually just come in, create a new GPT like this and say, I want to create a GPT, and look at this one right here. I created Jeopardy. This is my first GPT. I didn't share it with you guys because I wanted to see, like, can I actually create this with, can I actually create this just by me talking with no programming? So let's start a new Jeopardy game. Okay. Draw the board for me, visual. So look at this. It's going to create a little Jeopardy game for me. And it's going to fill these in. It won't redraw the board. Every time I just have to say, all I have to do is type in board and it'll rewrite it for me. So let's have a little bit of fun. And guys, I did this so that I could show you that we keep getting the network error, but that's ChatGPT. It's overloaded, especially in the afternoon. So I'm just going to put world capital for 200, please. Alex, the great late Alex Trebek. Let's see how I do here. Here's your answer. The capital city of France. What is Paris? And if I would have just said Paris, it would have said, let's just do that, right? Let's just do that. Oh, sorry. You need to form it in this. Oh, wait a second. But I did not phrase in a question. Fars. It's supposed to automatically know how Jeopardy works. In the past, when I did this, it would say, oh, you're right. You got it wrong. You're right. You got it wrong. Come on, ChatGPT. My apologies for that oversight. In the spirit of Jeopardy, responses must be, your score remains at 0. Okay, let's now watch what I can do. WC 400. It knows that that's world capitals, I'm assuming. Here's your answer for world capitals. This city is the capital of Japan. What is, and I believe it's Tokyo, but I could be wrong. Could be Osaka. Who knows, right? What is Tokyo with a question mark? Correct. Tokyo is the capital. Your score is now 400. Board. And now it's going to draw the board. It's going to show the questions that have been answered, that are available or not available. It missed this one. It's not perfect. It should have left that one blank, but you can see the one I got right, it left blank. It has a daily double. You can have fun. And guys, all I did is I basically said, create the Jeopardy game. It says, do you want to use Alex or somebody else? Blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and I said, I only want it to be one round and blah, blah, blah. And you can see this is literally just me here giving instructions. And then it wrote this prompt for me. So you can go and create your own GPTs. We're going to have more on that tomorrow. We're going to wrap this up. We did come, like I said, I talk a lot. I ended literally 25 minutes ago and I went on for another 25 minutes. But we'll have more fun with these GPTs tomorrow. That's going to wrap us up for today. Any additional questions you have, bring them with you tomorrow. I find these GPTs to be a lot of fun. And I think you're going to love tomorrow. Tomorrow is just more about these GPTs and how they work. Additional training with Amanda van der Gulik. And then next Friday, we're going to be talking about the terms and conditions for the white label owners. Then we're going to be talking about on Friday. Thursday is the white label owners. And Friday is we're going to dive in and teach you how you're going to build your brand website with the pages we've already created for you. I'll show you them next week. Real exciting stuff. Any information you said, is there a YouTube link for tomorrow? Yeah, go to Groove.cm official. You'll see a pre-tile. Click on live streams and you'll see updates coming. We're also going to stream to the Groove.cm Facebook group, the Groove.ai Facebook group. And that's it. Take care, everybody. Donna, thank you very much for helping out today. I think this was just an awesome day. Probably the happiest I've ever been going over. Everything's just working well now. I didn't have to scream Artie, Artie, Artie 30 times. The app is really coming together. Remember, we launched it in beta in September. And, you know, the first real release is in January when you start releasing it as white label owners. And it's only going to get better from there. I'm really proud of this project. Take care, everyone. We're off to the music. Bye-bye.